Hi class, welcome back for the math review. So this lesson, we already talk about two things. So the first thing is a dot product. The other one is a cross product. So if you already know this term and if you're already very familiar and confident how to calculate those dot product, cross product, feel free to skip this video. And otherwise, learn from this, which will be very useful for the static class. So let's get started by the dot product. So again, for the dot product and cross product, we are talking about the operation of two vectors, Okay. So, but for this class, let's focus on two vectors. So, for example, if we have vector A and vector B, and the angle between two vectors is theta. So for the dot product, it will be A dot B. So the answer will be A vector A's magnitude, okay, times B's magnitude and times by cosine theta. So it can also be expressed as A dot B will be AX, okay, times BX plus AY times BY. And if it is 3D, it will be AZ times BZ. So some notes for the dot product. What's a theta? Okay, theta is the smallest angle between two vectors, okay, in a 3D. So which means the theta it falls into 0 to 180 degree. And another thing is the result, okay, of A dot B is a scalar, or it's a number. Okay. And based on the dot product, we can find the angle between two vectors. Okay, but how? So let's say we want to find the angle between A and B. In the first, we need to calculate what's the AX times BX plus AY times BY plus AZ times BZ, and then found A magnitude and B magnitude, because A dot B equals to A magnitude times B magnitude and cosine times cosine theta, which means the cosine theta will be A dot B over A magnitude and B magnitude. The theta will be reverse of the cosine theta. A of the cosine A B over A magnitude and B magnitude. And here is the answer for this one. And okay, and in this way we can find the angle between the two vectors. Let's see an example. given A vector, which is 2i plus 5g, and then we have B, which is negative 3i plus 1g. Please find A dot B. Okay. A dot B, as we mentioned before, it will be AX, BX plus AY, BY plus AZ and BZ. Okay, this is a two-dimensional vector. Don't worry about Z. So it will be 2 times negative 3 plus 5 times 1. It will be negative 6 plus 5. It will be negative 1. Okay, that's how we calculate the dot product. And how could we find the angle between two vectors? Okay, let's see. Given A which is 6i minus 2g minus 3k, and also we have B vector, which is I plus g plus k. Let's find the theta. Between A and B. So the answer will be, first step, let's calculate A dot B, which will be 6 times by 1 plus negative 2 times 1 plus negative 3 times 1, 6 minus 2 minus 3, which will be 1. Okay, and the magnitude of A will be 6 squared plus negative 2 squared plus negative 3 squared, which will be 7. And the magnitude of B will be 1 squared plus 1 squared plus 1 squared, and its square root to be square root under 3, which will be 1.732. And the theta will be reverse, okay, cosine A dot B over A magnitude and B magnitude. To a B, okay. The answer should be 85 degrees. Well, what's the cross product? Okay. Before we talk about the cross product, let's refresh your memory for the matrix. Okay, for the matrix. Let's see, for the 2 by 2 matrix, A1, B1, A2, B2. Its determinant will be A1 times B2 minus A2 times B1. Okay, that's a determinant for the 2 by 2 matrix. And what about for 3 by 3 matrix? A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, and C3. It will be there will be 3 items. So that's a determinant of the 3 by 3 matrix. So how to calculate the cross product if we have vector A is given in AXI plus AYG plus AZK, and we have another vector B, BXI plus BYG plus BZK. So the cross product of A times by X, A, B, here is vector A and B, its cross product is another vector, okay? But its value will be okay. That's an equation to calculate cross product. You can also find it in the FE package. Okay, you don't have to memorize this because you can use your FE package during the exam, during the homework. Okay. Let's see an example. Given A 5I plus G the cross product of A cross B, it will be I. To simplify, Here is the answer.